Okay everybody, we are carving that flower on the left today. Previously I carved the one on the right, which is super easy to do, so go and check that one out before this one, or you can just do this one. So I've used carbon paper to get the pattern on the wood. See the previous video on how I did that. I'm not going to show it again, but I'm just sort of showing you what I'm going to do. So where the red parts are, that's where we're going to take the carving back and we're going to leave the flower forward. So first things first, I always like to go and take the background further back to get some depth. So I'm using a Petals fine taper burr here. This is quite soft wood, but I thought I'd give that a go. You could do it with that, or maybe or even a extreme Petals burr, but I've got these sort of cutter burrs, and these really work well in this soft wood, and they leave a very nice line as well. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to outline the flower with that and get a bit of depth there. Always try and remember, don't go all the way through, sort of have an idea in your head on how sort of deep you should be going back. So I'm looking at the petals now and what ones are going to overlap. So that top one is going to overlap that side one there. So I'm just going in with that cutter burr again and I'm just taking that petal back. So we want to sort of like form sort of like a dynamic kind of thing with not just the petals sort of like outlined but them overlapping each other, which always looks, I think it looks heaps better than just outlining them. And we can add curves and kind of wavy forms to the petals. I'm not following any flower with this one, I'm just sort of like making it up as I go along. And the taper burr is very nice there for going slightly under the petals. So it's looking pretty good. Got a long way to go though. Oh, that's my phone. Somebody's sending me a message. It's really hot here today and I'm not thinking the straightest when I'm doing this talk over. So I'm find these sort of sphere burrs from Petals. Very nice for sort of like putting in concaves and just sort of like working sort of like a nice flowing lines into those petals. And I always think it's kind of interesting how everyone has different styles of carving. I kind of probably describe my one as kind of like sketching, sort of like doing light lines and just keep on making them slightly deeper. I don't sort of like go really aggressively. Some people do, and that's really cool. Everyone's different, so it's all good. But the way I like to approach it is sort of go gently. And I guess it sort of like works out quite well because a lot of my carvings are quite fine. I carved this little man the other day. I'm just trying to get a bit better at doing faces. So really going in there and undercutting the petals with that burr. It really works really nice, that burr. Okay, so having a look at the progress so far. Oop, bit all over the place there. So I think it's looking pretty cool. Yeah, so just keep on fining things up. So what I tend to do is I've done this on other carvings, but what I tend to do is I might do like 2 petals and try and work out how I'm going to do the petals the most efficient way, and then I'll go and do the other petals the same way. So it's always a little bit of experimentation when you're doing something new. So now I'm going in with a diamond burr. It's really nicely shaped, this diamond burr, for this kind of petal forming, what would you call it, petal forming burr shape. Something like that anyway. So as you might know, diamond burrs are really, really good. They're kind of like sandpaper but in a burr form. So I'm going in with one of those mushroom burrs and just putting in some really fine lines. Okay, so it's always good to stop and have a look at your flower and see how it's going. And I think sort of like those little bits there aren't really flowing. So the little bits where the petals intersect, you can sort of see they sort of like don't look quite right. So I'm going to like shape them so they look like they're going back and not into the other petal. So I've got a Dremel cutter burr there. It's got a really nice point on it, and it's really good for getting into those really sort of like corner areas. So I'm going in quite hard there, just trying to get those petals look like they're really going underneath the other petal. And you can also go underneath the petals with a diamond burr similar to this, a nice long pointy one, and that's always a handy burr to have to get into those tight little areas. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the middle of the flower and how I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use the cut saw taper burr again. This is one of my favourite burrs. You can buy them off the cut saw site, and you can go to the description and get 5% off if you want. And that also helps me out as well, so I can keep on making these videos for you, and so you can learn from them, hopefully anyway. So I'm just sort of like making this up. I could have done it a different way, but I just decided to do this, sort of like go sort of backwards into it, just leaving that little rim there. I don't know why, sort of seems kind of like a flowery kind of thing to do. Okay, so when you're carving, always think about trying to separate things. So that middle part I want separate from the petals. So we're going to try and sort of like lower the petals a little bit and try and get under that middle bit. So I'm trying a few different ways here. I had the cut saw taper burr, and now I've got this mushroom burr. It's kind of working. And now I've got that really pointy diamond burr, and I'm just sort of shoving it into the underneath of that round bit, and I think that's working quite well. And I'm also putting in some extra lines there, extra petal lines you'd call them. Sorry about that filming. The cameraman, which is essentially myself, is not the best sometimes. Now I'm actually starting to finish off the actual flower part, so I just go sort of back and I just look at things and I sort of like try and make them a little bit nicer with maybe a diamond burr, and maybe go in and put in a few extra fine lines, sort of like look at those little aesthetic choices at the end, sort of tighten up those sort of like edges around the side, all these little kind of things that make the flower really look professional in the end. Well, hopefully look professional in the end anyway. Okay, so I did notice the petals kind of look a little bit thick, so I'm going to go in with this round cutter ball burr, sphere burr, whatever you want to call it. It's really good for taking a lot of material out, so I'm just sort of like going in quite deep there and just leaving a little thin part where the leaf is. It sort of gives it depth, and it kind of makes it a little bit more fragile looking, which a flower should kind of look thin and fragile, I think. Then I thought I'd put in a few little details in that middle part, some little dots in there. They always look good in flowers. I don't know what they're called. I really don't. Okay, so that's looking pretty cool now. This is kind of like needs sanding, and the background needs sort of just evening out. So I am using, I think that's actually a coarse cut saw taper burr, which is quite nice. It's sort of got a bit easier to remove a little bit more. So it's sort of like using the flat plane of it and just sort of like taking everything back to sort of like a uniform sort of shape. I'm not worrying too much about everything. Okay, so I've got the back all sort of taken back, and I've got these sort of like disc sanders that you put in the Dremel, and I haven't found any on Amazon or anything that you could buy. These are from New Zealand, and you just put them in the Dremel, but you've got to lower it down to about 5 on the dial. I don't know what that's, maybe 5,000 RPM, and they have Velcro on the end, so you can just change the grit on the sandpaper. So there it is, it's running there like that, and they're super simple to use. I think I pay like $4.50 New Zealand for the sort of like the part, and then for a pack of 20 discs, I think it's like $4 New Zealand dollars. So I think I really find them really handy just to sort of like get flat planes, and I have got some sort of similar ones ordered off Amazon, so once they arrive I'll do a little review on them and see if they're any good. They could be terrible, who knows. Okay, so moving it along, I'm just going to speed it up a little bit here because nobody wants to watch this. So I've gone down into a finer grit and that's looking pretty cool. I really like the grain in the background. Unfortunately, I know what happens and I put too dark a stain on it, so I lose all the grain. I think I should have kept it a little bit lighter and I should have made the flower red, I think, instead of yellow. But anyway, next time. So to sand the flower, I tend to just use some sandpaper, and I think I've got like 320 there. It's really just to take off those furry kind of little bits everywhere. You don't want to sand too hard where you get rid of all the details, but just enough to sort of smooth things out. Okay, so there you go. So that's the dark stain. Well, it's not stain, it's dye. There is a difference. Stain sort of sits on the top of the wood. Dye sort of penetrates into the wood. And like I said before, I think I just put on the wrong colours this time. And it sometimes can happen. You know, look at that. It's just so dark. It does make the flower stick out though, which is good. But I just lost that grain. I would have liked to keep that grain. I could have sanded it back, but you know. There's only so many hours in a day. Right, okay, so I should really say like and subscribe. That's awesome. And it's sort of like, yeah, I kind of hate to say it, but you kind of have to because a lot of people just forget to. And it really helps the channel out if you like the videos. Okay, so just going to tidy up that edge there where the dye went on. And I'm just using, I think that's actually a cutter burr. This is the problem with talkovers, you forget what you're actually using. Yeah, that's a cutter burr, a nice little kind of oval one. So there we go, there's the background. Now I'm going to stick on the yellow. And once I've put that all on, I am going to put on the dark oak wax. And just to bring out those little details. And I don't think that really worked as well. I'm not really sure what happened with this flower. But anyway, it turned out looking alright, but I kind of wasn't expecting it to look like this. But anyway, it's all fun and games. It's all a learning process, isn't it? The main thing is that you learn something and you have fun doing it. So, yeah, I stand back a little bit just to bring out the highlights of the sort of high points. Hey, and thank you for watching, everybody. Really appreciate your watching to this point. A lot of you probably dropped off, but yeah, for those that have been sticking around, thank you for watching, and check out those other channels that we all love. Just Carve Rob, Studio on the Lake, Carving Fusion, and Bapper's back as well with I Can Carve. I've seen him doing quite a few lives. Okay, bye bye everybody.